What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sideline Summit. I'm Antonio Perez, joined as always by Danny Cole, DC, UPenn's finest, Chris Coulter, CB, Coulter Boy. We got another great episode for you guys today. We will be recapping Week 3 in the NFL. We do have some super surprising 3-0 teams, including Danny's Pittsburgh Steelers. Chris's Ravens bounced back, and the Eagles bounced back as well in a shocking win against the Saints. We're going to be talking as much Week 3 as we possibly can, and then we are going to be doing a little bit of a rookie report, talking about Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison, and all the rookies that have been really showing out so far, and maybe some rookies that have been a little underwhelming. But before we get into any of that, of course, I want to remind you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, if you're listening to this on audio platforms. Please leave a like, 5-star review, download the episode if you really enjoy it. And, of course, I'm going to kick it to Danny, get us started with some summits and plummets.
Yeah, my biggest summit is JF 3-0. And it's not going to be about the Steelers being 3-0. It's about Chris being right about Justin Fields. And I was saying it all preseason. I said he's a better quarterback. I said that he looks confident. I said he looks a lot better. And I'm not taking a victory lap, but I think it's only 3 weeks into the season. But like Tomlin said, he doesn't need to name a starter anymore. So he's the guy. He made high-level throws. Like, the first 2 weeks, you could say, like, he's kind of game managed. He made high-level throws against going into the week, the league's number one defense. Do I think the Chargers stay that way throughout the year? No. I think they probably settle towards more of a 10 to 15. But, see.
Yeah. I mean, of course, the first 2 weeks, I'm so against the idea of everything we're bringing to the table. Of course, I'm fine with the dink and dunk because that one shows he's improved the decision making. We're going to talk a lot more about Fields later, but yeah, I would definitely say that's definitely a good one. I know Chris is in a good state of mind with Fields having not like maybe the numbers won't back it up entirely, but one of Fields' best games as a pro. Caleb Williams easily his best game as a pro, and then his boy J Goat Daniels, Mini Lamar. This was a big Chris week, if we're being entirely honest. And Bengals lose, this is a big
Chris
my
week. God, bro. I was more happy about that than
anything else. Only thing that didn't go Chris's way, Josh Allen is the MVP at this very moment. But
I'm not even mad at it. I'm cool. You know how I did that switch up?
LeBron stamped them, bro. We have to do the 180.
Wait.
I just said LeBron that he glazed them too. I told him, like, hey, yo,
he said you're glazing, bro.
But I do want to
say the issue is Josh Allen literally posted, I hate watching LeBron. I hate LeBron James.
Good.
Like he posted that in like 2013.
Who didn't hate LeBron James though?
That wasn't Josh. That was Joshua. He didn't know better. So I will say this though. Just like
2013,
180 on Josh Allen. I'm cool with it now. I've paid attention. I'm not gonna say it's better than my boy Marks. I mean, hey, that's my guy. So I'm not gonna say that. But I can see why some would say it. I can see it. That is an athlete right there. If one thing I've ever seen one, he's an athlete. And I will say better than Burrow. So stamp that.
Clears Burrow. And that's the thing. So Lamar's argument is it's as simple as Lamar has the hardware and Allen doesn't. Is that a little basic? Sure. But no MVP? You know, at least you can say that. But like from a talent and playoff success, I mean, Burrow has one run where he won one more game than Josh Allen ever has, and it immediately sparked him in the conversations. And while Burrow is so good at a bunch of little things, Allen is also good at a bunch of little things, and he's not turning the ball over. You know, QB2 becomes less and less of a conversation. But again, Allen can be reckless. I hope he can continue this, and of course, we're going to talk about Josh Allen later on. So, not too much on that. But Danny, is there even a plummet?
Yeah, I think my plummet is
the good guys in red got a bye. What could possibly suck?
The Phillies don't. They don't no plummet for them. The plummet is traffic. Traffic has been awful lately. It's only going to get worse in the wintertime. So, yeah, I hate people driving. I was driving to work this morning, and I legitimately saw a car stopped in the middle of a 4-lane highway, in the middle lane.
Yeah. Sounds pretty
0
normal.
miles per hour.
We should keep a tally how many times you make traffic your plummet, which I don't blame you, but
Dude, I hate it.
probably high tally.
Probably at least 5 times.
Yeah, and I'm surprised it's not more.
So yeah, I hate traffic. Big hater on traffic. But I'm gonna do a shout out to Oreos. This is a sideline W. Oreo Coke. You
Coke
might hate it.
Oreos, man. Shout out to them. No, they'll
Oreo,
sleep.
Coke
They'll sleep. I'm staying woke. I don't care if they're woke government propaganda. I love them.
Oh wait,
I love Red 40. I love artificial sweeteners.
Easiest plummet of all time. Woj retired. That's my plummet.
Yeah. But yeah, it was Sham's time anyway. He was starting to wash him a little bit.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
So Sham could sprint.
Exactly. We went from Woj bombs to windbreakers. Let's get it.
Shit. That was heat.
But we can go to Chris for his summits and plummets of the week.
Well, Summit had a great week betting. The last 8 days. I've had a great week betting. And shout out to the color I have on right now. This green looks similar to some Eagles green I've seen. And that boy, Saquon Barkley, has been a wagon for ATDs. I tell you that. So thank you, Mr. Saquon. That is one of my summits because
car under Saquon anytime.
Rush receiving yards and or anytime touchdown, Saquon, lock it up. So yeah, that'll be my summit. And I don't think anything really terrible, not terrible, bad happening. I think I'll do a double summit. Me and Tone have rivalry for about 8 days, possibly, depending on how long the series goes. For our Liberty and Aces. So that's a summit for us because we never disagree on anything sports-wise. So it gives us at least 8 days to be foes. And then get to go at it. Aces Liberty, I'm so excited about that. The two best teams, keeping it real, two best teams in the WNBA with, in my opinion, the two best players, Brianna Stewart and Asia Wilson. That's just me. But you're looking forward to seeing that. Looking forward to seeing some W basketball. And Triple Summit, I might be sitting courtside at a G League game because as a Mavs ticket holder, if you pay $28, you are guaranteed a lower bowl ticket, right in there. But you get entered into a raffle for 10 mystery tickets and get to sit courtside and get to get food pack and stuff like that. And the only reason I'm really hyped about that is I think Jordan Walker, who if anybody likes high school basketball, Jelly fam, he should still be down there. And I think they play the Hawks G League team, which will be Sharif Cooper as well. And depending on where Reese is, I'm sure he's going to be up. But I might be able to see some good hoops courtside. So
I don't care about seeing that guy play.
Jordan Walker. Oh,
Reese he stinks.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, but seeing the number one pick for $28 up close, I wouldn't pass.
That's
the only cool part.
But
that's the only cool part.
He's going to be like the ugly stepchild from the last 5 years of draft classes.
Reese is going to be the damn. If Jalen Johnson didn't turn out, he's going to be that. That's what Reese is going to be. He's going to be dang. If Jalen Johnson didn't take a step, he's going to be that. Jalen
Johnson is like the second best Jalen Johnson in professional sports
by far. I don't even think it's even close. I think it's been close. But yeah, I think that's it for me. That's it for me.
Yeah.
You know who I was thinking of when you said Jordan Walker? I was thinking of Kyrie Walker.
Oh no!
I was saying, he fell off the face of the planet. But I know you remember who now.
He's got to be 46 years old. He was 24
I think according to his Instagram, it looks like the last thing he was with was the Wizards G League.
Oh, okay.
That was 2021, so I don't know if he's still there.
Well, that's something at least.
Yeah, his thing was, I remember when he was a freshman in high school, he was kind of like a baby Zion.
Yeah.
But he had at least a little bit better of a jumper, but he probably he never ended up growing, kind of fell into that same trap of like LiAngelo Ball, where he's just an undersized 4 and, you're not really that quick on your feet.
And he kept trying to stay in high school to keep dominating kids, and they got tired of seeing that. They're like, okay, brother, if you can't go to college. They said,
brother, fire up the LinkedIn.
Yeah, brother. Update that resume. CSV.
Yeah, for sure. I would say Summit, the New Orleans trip. I had such an amazing time. Food was great. Tried gumbo and alligator
no.
for the first time.
Sure.
Had crawfish, hush puppies for the first time. I've had a po' boy before, but I had one from down there, much better. No discredit to Delaware County po' boys, but
All
you know,
disrespect.
chill, because I made that one myself. But I thought it was okay. It's just the type of shrimp we use. The breading's a little too thick, but down there, it literally just falls off. But it still
Man,
is a nice crisp at the same time. And excuse me if I butch this, but like the remoulade sauce,
you remember
yo,
that, yeah.
yo,
Yo,
I need a bottle of that
imagine
from the
asking
source.
a halal cart. Imagine asking a halal cart to make you a po' boy
They probably
with the
could.
fried shrimp.
They probably would.
They probably could.
But yeah, dude, it was awesome. Bourbon Street, super lit. Even though me and Usk were kind of, big fly on the wall moment, but just sit back, enjoy the scenery type of thing. Hand grenades are awesome. Great drink. You wouldn't even know
Yeah,
there's 5 liquors in there.
Definitely clarify that it's a drink before you say hand grenades are awesome.
Hand grenades are awesome, and the drink is awesome too. But yeah, it's like a mix of 5 liquors, but dude, it literally just tastes like lemon lime juice to me. Yeah, it was super dope. Game obviously went awesome. Caesar Superdome. Maybe don't have 80,000 people walk through one gate next time. But other than that, I want to say Double Summit. I need to list y'all off like the names of random jerseys I saw this weekend. From like not as crazy to like super crazy. I saw a Nate Allen jersey, number 21 for the Eagles in like 1990s. Jim McMahon, quarterback for the Bears and the Eagles, and I believe the Packers as well, way back when. I saw Cunningham's not even a rare one, especially for Eagles fans. Everyone has his in a Kelly Green. I saw a Mel Blount jersey, 1970s Steelers corner. Basically the reason they invented pass interference, because he would just maul people. That was cool. Saw a Charles Woodson jersey, a Rod Woodson jersey. I saw a Jameis Winston Florida State jersey. I saw a bunch of like old Saints ones. We're talking Pierre Thomas. Saw at least one Steve Gleason, Marquise Colston. But I think like the one I saw a Auburn Trey Mason jersey. And I should have asked the dude for a picture. Because Trey Mason is my guy. I thought he was the one for the Rams. And then they drafted Todd Gurley. I'm like, why'd you do my guy like that? Why'd you replace him with like the best back prospect since Adrian Peterson? That was pretty screwed, but nah, it was super cool. Yeah, right. If I had any plummets this week, I'd be severely ungrateful. So I'll probably just leave that off there, and we can get right into the week 3 recap. On every single episode, you will see me wearing some kind of hat, whether it's a snapback, whether it's a dad style hat. I always got to have something to complete the outfit. And the only place where I get my hats is lids.com. Lids.com has so many different brands, and of course, they have a bunch of different styles. Like I just said, it could be dad hat, snapback, it could be fitted, it could be Velcro back. Whatever you want, they got it. And with the NFL season coming up, I know you're going to want to rock and represent your favorite squad. Me personally, I'm a big Eagles guy, and I love this 47 brand throwback hat that I got from lids.com. Or if you're more of a snapback guy, I also got this NBA champions Boston Celtics new era cap from lids.com as well. If you like either of those hats and you feel like you want one to represent your squad, click the link in the description below. Whether it's new era or 47, both links will take you right to lids.com. And the best thing about Lids, they always have some type of deal going on their website. So make sure you click that link and check out any deals they got going on at lids.com. Is there anything you guys wanted to touch on specifically? I mean, I would love to start with the Steelers and Vikings, who are easily the most shocking 3-0 teams to this point.
Yeah, let's start with the highest of highs and we'll work down to the lowest of lows.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I would say in terms of like the football world, of course, the 3-0s are going to be on top. But I really want to start with the Steelers, and I want to kind of kick it to Chris. Justin Fields this weekend, one of his better games as a pro. What did you see from? Of course, the first 2 weeks was a lot of dink and dunk, and that's still fine. It shows he is processing faster, he's getting the ball out faster. But what specifically did you see from him this week that made you and kind of made Mike Tomlin believe, yeah, this is going to be the guy going forward?
2 C's. I seen 2 C's: competence and confidence. The confidence was on both sides, on Justin Fields' side and Mike Tomlin and the whole coach, because as Danny spoke to earlier, he made some tougher throws, but he built up those tougher throws by what you said, the dink and dunks, using his legs, like being able to be comfortable and showing confidence, being able to, like you said, process. And it's just maturity. Like I think those are the 3 things I've seen. Just being mature, bro, and understanding like I have to do what I have to do to win, whether it's making these plays over the middle of the field, whether it's running for 4 yards, whatever it is, handle out, whatever it is, I have to do that to win. And I think he just looks like a winner. So I'm just happy to see him flourishing. And Mike Tomlin is going to get the best out of every single player he has. I truly believe that. And I think he's doing it with Justin Fields right now. So I see what, not necessarily the big highlight plays that maybe people might have thought they would have gotten from him when he was drafted, but I see a winning quarterback. And even though it's only 3 games, I do see a quarterback that's helping team win games, whether that's not turning the ball over. Even if the defense is only allowing 1 point a game, I just need to get 2, like type of thing. So, and I can respect that from where he's coming from trying to kind of rebuild his reputation up from what he had built in Chicago. So, like I said, I just see him being comfortable. I see the competence, and I see Mike Tomlin just kind of being confident guy he has.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Before I kick it to Danny, one thing I wanted to mention, Dan Orlovsky had a breakdown. Pretty sure Danny saw it as well.
Best breakdown person ever.
Yeah, I sent it to you guys, dude. It was a breakdown of Justin Fields on his throw to Calvin Austin. And
my guy for real too.
Yeah, Danny's the CEO of the CA19 fan club.
CA3 actually.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking of his jersey number, but he's 3rd. But it was just like that play. He just holds the safety for 1 second. He's learning how to use his eyes to his advantage, using his mind to his advantage to eventually then make plays. And I'm watching that play as well. And Orlovsky says in there, he's like, maybe he could throw it just a touch faster, but he is such a strong arm that it can make up for it a little bit. But as long as he's using his head just a little bit, then his arm talent's going to take care of the rest, because he does have a special arm, in my opinion. So, but I do want to kick it.
I agree with Orlovsky on that thing that he could throw faster. But the reason he might have taken a little slow is that the guy playing that the high-low concept was Derwin James.
And that's entirely fair. That's entirely fair.
Yeah, when you have freaks like Derwin James,
I would say,
who's suspended this week, by the way.
Against, I wonder who they're playing. But
Chris, are they playing who?
Who
do you think they're playing, Chris?
Who?
The Chargers.
They're playing the Empire in Missouri.
Yeah. Oh, brother. Oh,
but I wanted to skip it over to Danny, because last year, so one thing about the Steelers last year, it was kind of like yards wise, that defense didn't stand out yards wise. I made that clear a couple times last year, but they just wouldn't allow points. This year, this defense is insane.
Yeah, man.
Danny, what
negative
do you
yards
think
allowed to the Chargers in the second half?
Yeah, I would say, Danny, what do you see from this defense that is definitely going to be sustainable for the rest of the year, and what's something that maybe against more elite teams you're hoping that Mike Tomlin can maybe make some adjustments on?
So I think what's sustainable is constant pressure and good run defense, because that's what this team has been built on since the 1970s. And it's going to sound crazy, but they have literally had this consistently in their team play since the 1970s, which is pretty absurd if you ask me. And that's why they only have 3 coaches all time, because the team is built through the trenches. So that's for one, constant run defense and constant pressure. And that really comes through TJ Watt, Nick Herbig, Highsmith's out for a few weeks, but it really comes through those guys. And interior pressure from Cam Hayward. He's still really elite at the age of 35. So I really like that interior pressure and the pressure that way. Something that they could add on going forward or maybe kind of tweak up. I have concerns about their DBs going against better wide receivers. So, but here's the thing. The D line is strong enough that the DBs are going to get picks. They're going to get turnovers off of people just making mistakes because TJ Watt's in your face. So the DBs will be okay in the long run. And that's why a lot of people are huge on the Steelers, because Joey Porter is young and developing. Corey Trice is young and developing. You have a bunch of young players that are only going to get better. And my real X factor is Chris's ex-Raven, Patrick Queen. I think Patrick Queen has ran sideline to sideline. He's ran up and down the field with wide receivers. He's covering the deep third in cover 2. Like he's literally running down the field. And that's something the Steelers haven't had since Ryan Shazier back in 2017. So it's been a long time, and I think they found the middle of the field roamer for the first time. And he's proven he can do it without Roquan Smith next to him. So that says a lot.
Yeah, I want to say before we even start, Tone, that's one thing that I was looking forward to see if he's going to be able to progress there. Because like you said, he was able to do it with Roquan, but I seen him without Roquan, and I seen him. He used to struggle, and he's looked a lot better. I mean, Mike Tomlin puts blood magic on people, so I get it. He's gonna get better, obviously, but he looks really good though, and I think it's just gonna add to the defense that the great defense that you already have. So I think that was a big deal. I think if he continues to grow in that area too, that'll be huge for y'all.
Yeah, the defense, they're first in the league in EPA per play. Shocker. It's at negative 0.25. So every time someone lines up against the Steelers defense, they're losing quarter of a point per play. And that adds up. They're fourth in dropback. And that's the thing. They're fourth in dropback EPA. So like the theory that like, okay, if the D line and the blitzing linebackers continue to get pressure, this is sustainable. Like a good pressure can hide a bad secondary. It's very doable. The Eagles have been doing it for years. And then nobody can run the ball on them. Honestly, in general, nobody can just move on them. They haven't allowed a 300-yard offense game all year. They've allowed 295 to the most of the game trailing Broncos, who are going to pass more.
They put 6 points.
Exactly. They had 6 points and forced 2 turnovers, I believe. It was just a horrific showing from the Broncos offense. Not that they're great or anything, but like the Steelers really put them in a bind. And they've allowed 26 points this entire year. That's unbelievably ridiculous by TJ Watt and his crew on that side of the ball. I did want to get back to something on offense. What was supposed to be the bread and butter for this team, the rushing attack, is actually 25th in the league in EPA, which is I did not expect to see that when I pulled it up. But what if I told you they were 9th in the league in drop back EPA? And Justin Fields specifically is actually 14th in EPA plus completion percentage over expected. Now, 14th isn't like extremely jumping out at you, right? But when you look at the Steelers team in the past, you would be ecstatic if you could find a quarterback that was in the top 25 in any
borderline top 10. Borderline top 10 in any
14's right there. Especially, 3 weeks through the year. Time will tell if this is, our team's going to be able to figure out this new safety, quick decision Fields. Time will tell, but it's a lot harder to find, figure out a quarterback who, wants to make quick decisions.
And guess what?
Especially when the kid is growing at a very fast rate.
Making quick decisions is something that a lot of mobile quarterbacks struggle to do. Lamar doesn't make the quick decisions, but he's Lamar Jackson. Jalen Hurts has gotten better. I mean, I wouldn't even consider him much of a mobile quarterback and like a strictly mobile quarterback at this point in time.
Don't say that. He's very mobile. He had a good run. He had a good run on Sunday. He tried to run he tried to run Tyrann Mathieu over.
He's a power runner though.
Yeah, that is true. He's like Saquon in quarterback form.
But he don't got that speed. He's like Leonard Fournette at
It's
quarterback,
like Jerome Bettis.
Leonard Fournette, come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Fields has the athletic ability to run if his first read's not there. So I think the Steelers are playing 1 read, 2 read. You can either drop it off to the flat or get up and go. And we're 3 weeks into the season, 3-0, and we haven't seen Justin Fields break a long run yet. We haven't seen Justin Fields run for 30 yards. And that's all in his repertoire, which is really impressive because that just proves he's only going to get better. And I think Chris was a year early in Justin Fields, to be quite honest. He predicted MVP last year. This year, I'm not saying he's an MVP. I don't think the stats are going to be there. But he will be the Steelers MVP.
Most improved player.
Not with TJ Watt around. I mean, look, like Fields is on trajectory to have a great season with Pittsburgh. As long as TJ there, no one else is their MVP.
Don't worry. Week 13, they're going to take TJ Watt's foot off and then put it back on week 17. Justin Fields runs up his stats. Co-MVP. W.
We will see. We will see. But, I mean, we have to move on, too. While the Steelers are indeed shocking, no one's more shocking than the Minnesota Vikings, I have to say. Raise your hand if you thought Sam Darnold will be playing at this level.
Not this level. I did think he would be improved. I did say, I believe, on air that he looked good when they played the Ravens last year. I said he looked better than Brock Purdy.
Oh, he did. 100%. I'm with you on that.
Like,
I think I was live texting you guys. I'm like, Purdy couldn't throw a touchdown on his defense, but Darnold could. Noticing.
Dude, it's so real because I think that this has always been in there for Sam Darnold. Going to a Shanahan system helps him and really progress his career really quickly. But also being drafted to the Jets set him back about 5 years. So he's where he should be now.
I will say. So the talent, just like a lot of guys, him, Wentz, not to throw him in the category, but like Herbert, these are guys where the talent is so obvious. Apparently, Trevor Lawrence, the talent is obvious. But there's something going on in that head up there, leaving, Herbert out, but like Wentz, Lawrence, and Darnold, the talent is there, but what is going on up here? That's always been the thing with Darnold, but when you have this type of system and you have the best football player on the planet on the other end of your throws, it helps out a lot. And to be entirely, he closed out the Niners without Justin Jefferson. And he made some pretty sick throws. And then he absolutely dominated this Texans defense. Darnold this year is 7th in EPA plus completion percentage over expected. And he's 12th in air yards with 7.4. So it's not necessarily dink and dunk with him. He's trying to get into 2nd and short, 3rd and short every single time he has the ball. Him and Fields have been absolutely first down to check down. And for Darnold, because of the weapons he has and the offensive scheme that he runs, it's a lot of first downs.
I think it's pretty funny,
I do just want to emphasize that Justin Jefferson is the best football player on the planet.
Probably is, and that's quite certain. JJ McCarthy.
Like nobody in this universe is better than my boy.
JJ McCarthy, you might not get your job back, buddy.
I think they're gonna roll with the first round guy next year.
I wouldn't,
because there could be a team out there who will look at a weaker quarterback class and be like, Darnold, you want a 2-3 year bag? It could happen.
What? There could be a team out there that says, JJ McCarthy, you want a 2-3 year bag. And I'll take, if I'm the Vikings and I'm on a win now trajectory and JJ McCarthy's 23 years old, we don't know what he is in the NFL. We have 5 years of Sam Darnold film, and he has led our team to the playoffs and got a playoff victory. I am taking Sam Darnold over JJ McCarthy, and I will stand by that.
I think it's a matter of what KOC. Okay, so I think KOC can work with anybody. I think JJ McCarthy has true potential. So I think at that point you kind of want to rock with the lower contract. That could be the deal there. Or they get. I mean, Darnold is under contract for 1 more year. They could do that. Maybe get JJ McCarthy in action. I mean, this is still technically a red shirt, but yeah. I mean, their offense 9th in the league in EPA. They've just been absolutely moving the ball with the best of them.
Their defense
And
shocks me
Chris,
though.
yeah,
I did expect their defense to be good because they have Brian Flores and he's a demon worker. To be quite honest,
he's the
but I
boogeyman.
didn't expect the defense to be purely just like dominating teams. They got rid of their best edge rusher, probably one of their best in the last 20 years. They got rid of, I mean, their Hall of Fame safeties. Is he on the team still?
Are you talking about Harrison Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah, Unk still got it. Don't trip. Unk still got it.
He is old.
Oh, he's old, but he's got it, man. He's good. Him and Brandon
He's-
Graham are holding it down. Best belief.
Harrison Smith up there with the Larry Fitz years. Come on now.
Hey, bro, Unk still got it. I'm telling you, that secondary is definitely. It's got him and Stephon Gilmore. Unk still got it.
I think they're playing for what's his name? Kyrie Thomas, the corner that died in the car crash.
Yeah, I believe he's the rookie. Yeah, who I think was on the trajectory to start. It's very unfortunate.
He was.
And it's also very unfortunate Jordan Addison decided to follow that up with a DUI. But
he's like, yeah, one of my teammates just died in a car crash. Oh, DUI.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask Chris, if you got any chance to watch any of the Texans, Vikings, what did you see from Boogeyman Flores that ultimately led Stroud to have his worst game as a pro to this point?
He was able to hide 2 extra people on the field. It was 13 people on the field every time I watched them. I seen it. It was people flying from each side of the sideline. Never seen that many people on the field at the same time, and the refs not calling anything. No, I'm just kidding. It was just unlimited pressure. So it felt like 13 people on the field. Like it was literally, I think whoever was calling the game, they were just saying how much pressure that Brian Flores is bringing, and it's just like, no matter how many weapons you got, if it's a dude right in your face, it's hard to throw the ball, and it proved that. And I think I'm gonna say he gave a formula, but you got to rush CJ. You got to keep him out of that cool and calm, collected that he always is. And I think that's kind of what they did, was able to make him speed him up a little bit. Even if he made the right throw, it may not have been the throw he wanted to make or the receiver he wanted to get the ball to. And I think that's kind of what he did. Like I said, rush him, put pressure on him, make him go to his second, third read, look at these other people down. If it's not Diggs, it's not Nico, like try to make him force to somebody else or force a bad pass. So I think it's just unlimited pressure. And he's obviously shown that he can bring pressure from anyway, make a good defense in all of Brian Flores' stops. So I don't know. I think it's just he showed that you got to like keep your foot on the gas, put your foot on the gas, and keep it on there for CJ Stroud. Because I never seen him play that bad as far as just like looking rushed, not necessarily.
Yeah, he looked absolutely. Yeah, he looked.
They said it was payback for trying to big brother Caleb.
Yeah,
he wasn't though. That was crazy.
He was just trying to help, and then people were like, "Oh, Caleb's so ungrateful." You want to hear that shit after an L?
After I just got smacked on,
bro. If you're not Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, bro, I really do not want to hear from you right now. Like, and I don't blame him, but
yeah, I don't want to
yeah,
I'm with that.
I think the biggest thing that I might have just missed potentially with this Vikings defense. So last year, Brian Flores did whatever he could with whoever was out there. The difference is this year he's got some real dogs. We got Van Ginkel, who is like the NFL equivalent to a Swiss Army knife on the defensive end. I mean, he can get out and play some zone coverage. He can get after a quarterback, and his instincts for the football are absolutely incredible. And if you want to talk about some instincts, Ivan Pace Jr., who didn't even play last Sunday, is the absolute leader of this defense. Is a sideline to sideline backer for whatever reason. It is undrafted or went undrafted. But and of course you got Garrard, who just won Defensive Player of the Week in the NFC. This team has guys, like I was saying with Harrison Smith, Unk still got it. Stephon Gilmore, Unk still got it. When you have guys to go along with Brian Flores, who is clearly matured as a coach, and of course is just a demon defensive coordinator, they're going to do their thing. And of course, KOC is one of the best offensive minds to go with a talented quarterback. And little did I know, of course, you would think, with Darnold's arm talent and Justin Jefferson, that the offense will be the strong point, but their rushing offense is still really good as well. They're getting things done on the ground with Aaron Jones and company, the backs that they're rotating through. So They're an absolute shock. I'll say this, though. Most Linsanity runs are 3 games long. Dobbs, DeVito, guys like that. The difference is that Darnold is way more talented than those guys. So if he can go out this next game and really put together another good one, I think he absolutely has a season on his hands. And I think the Vikings are going to be in for a good season. You start 3-0. Similar thing with them and the Steelers is that when you place last in your division, you have a very easy schedule. So it would definitely come to benefit them down the road now that they're playing, of course, above expectations already. So that's pretty much it from those 2 teams. What other teams did we want to talk about, or any other games that we wanted to talk about? I said, did we want to talk Ravens, Cowboys, Eagles, Saints, Bears, Colts? I would say do we want to talk about the Bengals? Because I would say we're going to talk about Jaden Daniels specifically when we get to the rookie report.
I'll say this about the Bengals. Danny was right. I don't think they have enough on the defensive side of the ball. Like Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, y'all gonna score 21 points. Like I'll bet my money on that. Y'all score 21 more than not. But I promise you, I can't name 3 people off the top of my head on that defense that matter besides Trey Henderson. And Cam Taylor-Britt because he just keeps talking. So outside of them 2, like I really can't really name him off the top of my head that matters. And I think they won't be able to stop enough people to give their offense a chance to even outscore enough people, And I think that's just because they couldn't outscore the Commanders because they couldn't stop them. The Bengals put up 30. What else you want them to do in that point? So I think that's more so hopefully a wake-up call. They actually have to spend some money on the defensive side of the ball. That would be my thing about the Bengals. They got to figure it out over there because Jamar, Burrow, those are 2 you got to keep, and you fill in around them, but you got to spend some money on defense, in my opinion. That's what I think that showed me because you can't stop the Commanders from scoring 38 with a rookie QB.
Yeah, and that's not even to take away, from Jaden Daniels, of course. He's been absolutely, night and day between each game. He's progressing at a great rate, and they're doing, what they can to help him out. Yeah, but the Bengals, the not week 1 overreaction that I had is that this defense doesn't got it, and maybe they shut me up for like 1 week because they're, bless you. And maybe the Bengals defense shut me up for like 1 week because they're absolute haters and they have to go 120% against the Chiefs. But just to turn around and lose in horrendous fashion, couldn't force a turnover, couldn't even force a punt. You could not stop them for 3 straight plays. And with the game on the line, it was, a 4th down. Jaden Daniels is telling Cliff Kingsbury, let's go for it. They get it. You run a cover 0 and you leave Terry McLaurin 1-on-1. I could see that and just go bombs away. But what you did, you pressure, one of the best sideline throwers in this class. That was one of Jaden Daniels' best things. He was pinpoint deep sideline balls. You left it 1-on-1. He saw someone coming right in his face. He didn't care. He knew, I got Terry. Terry said, I got your back, and he made a hell of a play. And that's just inexcusable by the Bengals defense. Offensively, Jamar Chase has to go downfield more. You have to draw up more plays where he is being a vertical threat. I know he's 5'11". He is 6 foot on his absolute best day. He's also one of the league's best jump ball guys, and he's one of the best vertical threats in the league. You have to figure out a way to use that because when you did, worked out awesome. He was amazing. You also got to find a way to get T. Higgins the ball more. And, that's not all on Burrow. That is on the new play calling.
Wait, so did I hear you correctly? Did you say
Yes,
you got
I just gave Burrow a little bit of not his fault because at the end of the day.
No, not that. Did you say they got to find a way to get T. Higgins to Baltimore? Is that what you said?
I might have said that. But I said they need the ball more. And maybe Lamar can help him with that. But yeah, I mean,
Chris, I'll tell you who's doing in Baltimore though.
Like Dan. Okay, so I'll give Danny his credit. Danny, I'll absolutely give you credit that you're like, oh, the Bengals might be this, and that. I mean, 0-3 with the Commanders and the Patriots.
I didn't see them going 0-3.
Yeah, like that is unreal. Like I could get behind you maybe of them being like a slightly worse team than everyone expects. It's entirely unacceptable. 0 and
All right,
3,
let's
are
say
they
they
out
split
of the
the
playoff
if they
race? Hard to tell. Time will tell. Time will tell.
okay.
I won't cut the wire on them yet. They still got a top 5 quarterback.
They
Got a
do.
top 5 receiver in the game, arguably.
Do they have a
They
top
have
five
a top
quarterback?
5. They have a top 5 quarterback, guys. Let's not do this. They have a top 5 quarterback. You can't name 5 quarterbacks better.
I certainly can.
You can name 4. You can absolutely name 4. You can't name 5.
I can name 5.
Name 5.
Name 5.
Name
You
5.
ready for this?
Okay.
Ready
You're
for
going to
this?
say something wrong, so yeah, I'm ready.
Patrick Mahomes,
Duh.
Josh Allen,
No shit.
Justin Herbert.
I know.
Hate me? I'm taking CJ
Well,
Stroud over him.
that's entirely wrong because CJ
And
Stroud
Lamar
is
Jackson.
simply a worse. CJ Stroud is a worse version of Joe Burrow. All of the cool little Batman-esque things where you're good at all the little things. You get the ball out fast and you can hit the deep ball. Joe Burrow is just better and we just saw this Sunday specifically why Stroud isn't. Joe Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks in the league against pressure because he essentially grew up in this league with pressure. Stroud just showed he's got nothing. He's got nothing against pressure right now. And that's okay because he's just a youngin. He's just a baby. But that is what
And you know
separates
what?
Burrow from a lot of guys. A lot of guys.
I,
And you didn't
I
say
got a
Lamar, who
guy.
I thought, but
Well, I was
yeah,
going to say
Lamar.
I worked with Lamar. I said Lamar
Yeah,
right
Lamar.
after that. I got a guy who I have working his way slowly into this top 5 combo.
Oh,
He's probably sitting at around 7 for me right now. It's Kyler Murray.
no. Kyler this season, he had one spectacular game against the Rams. He has underperformed in the other 2 games. I can confidently say that as the CEO of K1 fan club. He's absolutely underperformed. And I expect him to get better. You know, time will develop the chemistry between him and all his guys, of course. But I wouldn't say he's close to Burrow. I will give you one name of a guy who I've officially moved into, a top 6 quarterback in the league. And
It's not Trevor Lawrence.
no, he's moving backwards. I'm afraid to say it. It's Matthew Stafford. This guy just figures it out, and there's nothing he's bad at on the football side. He's not even, I can't even say he's a statue anymore. He's got like at least an ounce of escapability now, that wasn't the case all the time, but now he does. He goes out there without Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp, 2 of the best receivers our league has to offer, and he beats the 49ers. He goes out there with Tutu Atwell and Kyron Williams.
Netflix star Tutu Atwell, by the way.
Yeah, shout out Tutu Atwell. He's a dog for sure. Like goes out there, they're like, bro, you're gonna be wide receiver 1. You're gonna be covered by Shavarius Ward, and he's like, no problem. We're gonna get it done, and they do. Like I have the utmost respect for Matt Stafford.
I think we've always talked about Tomlin being the Eric Spoelstra of the NFL. How about talk about McVay?
He might be the Joe Mazzulla.
Missoula, nah.
It might be the Missoula because McVay is Shanahan tree, but it's just a little different. You know what I mean? It's I don't know. Like McVay, he's young. They're both like with McVay and Missoula, they're both young. They're both definitely psychotic, and they're both not scared to try new things to win basketball. They're not afraid to win. Try new things to win games. And I remember one time last year, Missoula, the Celtics are in the middle of blowing a 20-point lead to the Kings, and we have we have Pritchard and Hauser and Xavier Tillman, and we got the bench mob in there. Doesn't take him out. He said we're gonna find a way to win with this crew. McVay rolls out there with Tutu Atwell and the guys, and he's like, I'm gonna find a way to win this game, and he does, and he beats Shanahan. And you know what he did after the game? Lil broed him, grabbed his head, absolutely sunned him. That's the stuff that LeBron used to do to Kyrie to piss him off. That's what he did to Shanahan. It's entirely awesome. And I do want to say on the other side of the ball, Brock Purdy is awesome. Like I like it can be the system or whatever, but like him and Jawan Jennings and Jordan Mason did everything they could. They did all they could, and they're a special teams mishap from losing the game, allowing that long punt return. So I think this off season. I don't want to say this like the Niners season is over. They're 1-2. I think they're going to be fine though, obviously. But this offseason is going to be very impressive, or it's going to be important because Purdy, I believe, has been impressive without. You take away the Demon Flores game. I mean, he's been awesome, and he's been
100%.
missing. Yeah, he's missing all pro guys, and it's like, oh yeah, go do it with only 2 all pros. But like, whereas Brandon Ayuk was nowhere to be found this game. Him and Jawan Jennings just got it done. So I'm very proud of Brock Purdy.
Maybe Brandon Ayuk didn't play the Steelers. He's playing the Niners. He got his bag and said, "I'm done."
Some receivers do that, and then some receivers, like the best in the world, get paid lower than what they should have and go out there and still hoop like Jettis.
Yeah,
but
Antonio Brown.
Yeah. But I last thing on the Niners. It's just interesting. Are they going to pay Purdy this offseason, or are they going to be like, anybody can run this system? And we'll trust an incoming rookie quarterback. We'll trust a Shedeur Sanders if he falls to us. We'll trust a Cam Ward if he falls to us. You know what I'm saying? It'll be very interesting. I want to see what they'll do with that. Any other game? I would say, do we want to talk about Ravens Cowboys? The Cowboys defense is absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, what is that?
And the Ravens are very funny.
Very bad football.
Very funny football team.
I'll tell you right now, we are a XFL team in reality. We just play hard and we have cool jerseys. We're really an XFL team.
we play hard and we have cool jerseys.
We have cool jerseys. We have a cool name for our stadium, the Bank. That sounds cool. We had 28 points going into halftime, I want to say. We ended the game with, you guessed it, 28. And this is the problem. Like Lamar said in the post press game conference, he said he really wants to. I really want to put my foot on their neck and keep the gas on. I agree with that 100% because whenever the Ravens get a lead, no matter if it's a 20-point lead or a 4-point lead, John Harbaugh forgets how he got the lead and does everything opposite there. And I'm not a blame the coach type of guy because I mean the players got to go out there and perform. I've always felt that. But at some point, bro, we got to look within if the same type of things keeps happening. Like, bro, if they blow that game and go 0-3 off that could be season ending in the sense of just morale. Like, in the sense of, damn, type of thing. So, I don't know, bro. I hope that was a wake-up call they needed, that they need to get it rolling. Like, the Ravens got to run off 3 or 4 straight after that one. They have to. It's going to be difficult because that schedule is not getting easier, but they have to run off some straight. They got to build some confidence. But I do want to say I'm happy to see Derrick Henry getting the ball like he should be. Like, I don't understand why he wasn't. I guess it's because you got to ease him into it, I guess. But when Derrick Henry gets the ball, good things happen. And it was weird to see the offense do well without a lot of Zay input. Not weird.
Derrick Henry like that old car, man. Like, old car in the winter, you can't just start it and get driving. You got to start it, probably go back in the house for like 15 minutes and get back on and then start rolling. He's a very weird running back who gets stronger as the more he gets hit for whatever reason. This is a complete Dragon Ball Super manga reference, but I know Giovanni's watching this. I know he's going to get it. There's a form called Ultra Ego by Vegeta. The more he gets hit, the stronger he gets. That's Derrick Henry. And I hope there's an artist out there that can draw that because Vegeta actually has purple hair in the transformation. I know someone has the goods to draw that. But yeah, and then Dak Prescott, king of garbage time, got me my fantasy points. I ain't even mad at it. Is it even garbage time if they almost won? I don't know. I would love to know the answer to that question at some point. Because I see some people like there are people clowning Dak, oh, the garbage time warrior and all this. But then there's a Ravens fans like, we almost lost that game. So, like, is it garbage time? Like, I don't know. And then on the other side, you have like Caleb Williams, who had this phenomenal game. A lot of it, they were down 2 scores. How much of that do you want to call garbage time? I don't exactly know. But as long as starters are out there, I will never call it garbage time. If you end up pulling within 1 score and you got a real shot, like, oh, if we get a stop here, we get the ball back, I won't call it garbage time. But
I want to go on record saying this because I've been hating on this dude for a long time because I didn't see it. Dak Prescott is a really good quarterback. He's really good.
Oh, yeah.
Really good in the sense of this dude's finding Tolbert back of the end zone. Just randoms. people I've never heard of until the Sunday before. He's found them for touchdowns. Dak was throwing dots. If they had any type of running game, damn, if they had you back there, Danny, maybe he can even do better. But I do want to say he looks impressive to me. Dallas people here hate Dak for some reason. I think he looks really good. Working with what he has, he's really good, and he's the reason why they damn near almost came back. I mean, obviously you're throwing the ball a lot. He was throwing dots to everybody. He was lining us up, and I like to think our defense is good. So I want to shout out Dak right there because I've been really tough on him in the sense of not really believing in it, but Dak's a good quarterback, very good quarterback.
I would say, go ahead, Danny. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, the Ravens play the Bills, Bengals, 2-1 Commanders. It should be a win, and then the 2-1 Buccaneers.
Bengals getting smacked. We got smoked for the Bengals.
Yeah, I would say if the Bengals should be a win. The way they look, they should be a win.
I will say the loser of Ravens Bengals will not make the playoffs.
That okay. I like that. It's very possible, especially if the Ravens lose to the Bills. Very possible.
I cannot wait to see that game, dude.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
If the Bills beat the Ravens and the Bengals win, they both would be 1-3 going into the week.
Who would have ever thought? But that's part of being, a division champ where people are like, it's just how it is. But I think the Ravens are going to be absolutely fine. They're going to put up an absolute dogfight with like they are each other's biggest test of the year so far. It's like the Ravens, we're 1-2. How mentally tough are we about to be against an undefeated Bills team? And the Bills are like, hey, we've got to beat up on the Cardinals, who aren't projected to be very good. We've beat up on the Jags, who suck, and I hate that I'm wrong about them, but they suck. And who else did the Bills beat? It's not coming to me. The Dolphins, and they've curb stomped 2 of those teams. So it's like we got a real Baltimore defense coming in, and we're going to play a real Baltimore offense. I do want to say real quick, Kyle Hamilton, great football player. Very good.
Very good.
And that boy been
They'll
playing.
never make me hate Kyle Hamilton.
He's been playing corner, safety, outside linebacker. He's been
everywhere. Dude, I saw him play edge rusher for a play, and he got the tackle.
Yes, bro. That's what I'm saying. He's been everywhere.
His helmet came off on that play, too. I remember specifically.
Yes, that's what made Geno PQ, and like it hurt losing him, obviously, definitely hurt. But him being as versatile as he is, that's what's been able to keep us afloat. I swear to God.
And there was a lot less Malik Harrison snaps this week.
And we signed my dude Yannick Ngikwe back. I'm happy about that. I was a big fan of him when he was with us. Happy to have him back for sure.
Yeah. They're just gonna keep stacking on this. And this was another thing with the Cowboys where I was like, yo, this is really Dak, CD, and friends on offense. So, like, I like the idea that, maybe Dak goes absolute nuclear, keeps them up with the Eagles, and now I guess has to keep them up with the Commanders. But, like, it's entirely unrealistic. And then on the defensive side of things, they're just being picked on. There's no other way to put it. And I don't understand why. Because, to be honest, Bland and Trevon Diggs are absolute turnover machines. They are ball hawks. And Trevon Diggs has actually grown as a real corner. And Micah Parsons is arguably the best defensive player in the league. But things just ain't working under Mike Zimmer for whatever the reason may be. The Ravens have had their number. The Saints had their number. And trying to remember who they played week 1. Regardless, they're underperforming as a defense, to keep it short and sweet. Sure. I will say, is there any other things that we're missing? I do want to talk about Eagles Saints, but I wanted to get to anything else in case we missed it.
The Cincinnati Bengals, they play the biggest layup team in the NFL. So if they lose this week,
are they playing the Jaguars?
No, even worse.
Oh. Who?
The Panthers.
Oh. Not a layup no more. We're Red Rifle, baby.
Oh, ain't no Red Rifle revenge game? Come on.
I'll tell you this, though. He got blitzed like 63% of the time this week. Come on, man. You don't blitz an experienced quarterback with a strong arm. Send cover 0 Andy Dalton. He's going to figure out a way to throw a touchdown to Xavier Legette, and we're going to be hooping. Shout out Adam Thielen. He died for this Panther stuff, man. We got Andy Dalton throwing touchdowns to guys pulling their hamstrings mid-route. That's awesome.
Johnson. He's here. He's back.
Yeah, Bryce Bros, it's over. It's all right. McVay will fix him.
Yo, Bryce Young, get ready to learn New York Jets backup quarterback, man.
Get ready to learn Birmingham Stallions. But
Yo,
real quick to the
Rodgers
Saints
fixed him.
Eagles game. One could maybe credit this to the Saints offensive line being beat up a little bit and Cesar Ruiz having to play some guard, or this could be chalked up to Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter having an absolute havoc party. Like they lived in the backfield. Their stunts, specifically together, you can tell these boys played football together for a little bit in college, and you can tell they're starting to really mesh together. They were awesome. I think Milton Williams, when brought in to run some bare front end, did an excellent job at setting the edge, a much better job than Bryce Huff and Nolan Smith because he's a much bigger body while also having that speed to get around the tackles. Brandon Graham, still got it. Tore his Achilles 3 years ago. You could have fooled me. He looks probably the best he's had since the Achilles tear, I would say. I can't say enough good things about the secondary. Slay had a good game before getting thrown out the club by Trevor Penning and getting hurt. Quinion Mitchell got beat on the route by Shaheed down the field, but the underthrow, he was able to, speed up. He had another one where he saw the out by Olave. It was 100% a pick six. He just batted the ball down instead of taking it to the crib. I've been very pleased with him. I'll very admit through 2 weeks, I'm very happy he was the pick. Terry and Arnold has been good, and time will tell on Nate Wiggins once he's back. But yeah, been happy with him. Reed Blankenship I think he's been the second or third highest ranked safety by PFF through 3 weeks. Awesome. I can't complain there as well. And our linebackers have just been the biggest surprise. Zach Bond is leading the NFL.
I told you before the season that Zach Bond would be good. I didn't think
I'm not giving you. No, you said he would be solid, and I'm not giving you credit because he leads the NFL in tackles, while also not being an absolute liability in coverage. Same, and Dean, the football instincts are so obviously there, and I don't understand what the Eagles fans don't get. If Devin White is a healthy scratch, it is for a reason. I know last year we're like, oh well, we did the same thing with Rashad Penny. We wanted Rashad Penny to play. Rashad Penny retired. So do you think he was like hooping his ass off at practice? Like, do you think that was happening? They were like, no, we'll go Swift. No, he must have been worse than DeAndre Swift, which is saying a lot. And then as for the Eagles offense, look, you're aggressive sometimes and it doesn't work. And maybe Sirianni has to, start being a little more passive, but the offense moved 400 plus yards of offense. And if you take away 2 of the dumbest plays I think I've ever seen by Jalen Hurts, well, I do want to talk about the interception. On film, it doesn't look as much his fault, but I'm not going to be especially with Jalen Hurts, because he is my favorite football player. I'm not going to be the my fault guy. You just don't throw that. Don't test Tyrann Mathieu in that situation against a receiver who isn't going to be as physical when going for the ball. That's not to say Smitty doesn't try. It just kind of can't. And then the fumble, stop dropping the ball on Voodoo Magic. That's pretty weird. Outside of that, I thought he played a phenomenal game, and his comfort level in this Kellen Moore system is, growing. Just stop having 2 stupid plays a game, and we're out, and we're boogieing. Like, on the last play of the game, they said, he motioned Saquon in, recognized it was, it was going to be a blitz. It's going to be man coverage on 3rd and 16. Calls the audible. Jahan Dotson, phenomenal job at finessing through the defenders without making contact, but getting in their way. And then Goddard takes us all the way down the field. Saquon Barkley is the league's best running back. That might be biased. That might be not. But I was very happy with his performance.
Wait, no. He certainly is with CMC on the sideline. He is.
Yeah, I know there are 8-chans and there is,
No, Devon 8-chan is nothing compared to Saquon Barkley.
I'm just saying I do have respect for some other backs. 8-chan is obviously a Texas A&M legend. I have a lot of love for him. But I'm not going to have as much love for an A&M back as I am for a Penn State back, who I also said is the best running back prospect of all time.
He is.
So
not even a question. He is the best running back prospect ever coming out of the college.
Yeah, and as Chris said in our private chat, and Bijan's starting to pick it up too.
I wish Bijan had an offensive coordinator that just didn't run stretch left every time.
Oh my God, bro! If I see that play one more time, I'll throw up. I'm going to.
That's all they run. All they run, motion stretch.
And then when Algiers in, halfback dive. That's it. Right in the middle.
Chris, you know what it reminds me of?
What?
Like the 2014 Ravens with Ray Rice and all them. They run outside zone with Patrick Ricard or Juszczyk in motion.
Yep.
And then whatever fullback tight end is in it. They motion him, slice him on the outside, and then they put the power back in and tell him run 2 yards.
Want to hear a cool story, Danny, about that? Before it was Ray Rice, it was Jamal Lewis. Same thing.
Yep.
But right in the middle of the whole thing.
Remember who?
Jamal Lewis managed to get 2K though.
Yeah.
Remember who was in the interim?
Wait. I'm trying to think. Interim of Jamal Lewis or Ray Rice?
After Ray Rice.
After Ray Rice, who were they trotting out there?
That weird time. We had a couple people back there. Mark Ingram was there for a second.
Glenn Mills legend.
Glenn Mills legend.
Damn.
Yeah.
Am I missing?
I can't think of it.
I don't know if you know this. It's Bernard Pierce.
Yes, I
did not know Bernard Pierce was a Delco legend. I had no clue.
I remember him being on the Ravens though. Damn,
Yeah.
I was not gonna say Bernard Pierce. Holy shit. Shoot.
But we're getting a little deep into the trenches. I do want to start this rookie report. We did talk a little bit about Jaden Daniels. I mean, we might as well pick up now.
Jaden Daniels. I will say, he's not only a Delco legend, he's a Temple legend.
Temple legend Bernard Pierce. Yes, that is true. I just didn't know he was Delco legend.
Yeah.
But he's definitely Temple legend. Look, if you just go to Temple, you're Temple legend. But this rookie report, I mean, we got to talk about Jaden Daniels. I mean, and the Commanders as a whole, they are just giving him a system. There's like, here's your strengths. Let's work to them. We'll figure the other stuff out later. And it's been absolutely baller. Now, I'm impressed by Jaden Daniels. Let me not put it that way. He's already shutting me up, you know. I want to see him beat the Kingsbury curse. I want him to have a good second half of the season as well, because there's yet to be a quarterback that can manage to just put together weeks 10 through 17 or 10 through 18 under the Kingsbury regime. So we'll see how that goes. The deep ball has absolutely been there. Quick decisions, obviously really good on his feet, protecting himself. But I would say I want to start with Chris, because who's a bigger Jaden Daniels guy than him? What are you seeing from Daniels that has him in the lead for the offensive rookie of the year right now?
Midmar. I see Midmar, and it's making this means something to me, man. It means something. No, but I see a coach, an offensive coordinator that basically what you say. I don't even want to have to repeat it. They're playing to his strengths, bro. And before we talk about Caleb Williams, because I'm sure we will, that's been my problem with the Bears and Caleb Williams. And this could be me looking at it from a not the greatest football eye, I wasn't a football player. It seems as if they're more so trying to prove he's the guy and better than Jalen Fields and exactly what we told you was, than playing to what his actual strengths are. And I'm not saying he's not versatile enough to do what they're trying to do. I think if they were doing the same type of thing they're doing with Daniels, where they're really just playing to his strength and letting him really do exactly what he's good at, not just doing everything else, I feel like he'd be playing even better than he actually is and excelling even faster. But that's another thing for a conversation. But that's what I see with him. And I just see a person who he looks mature as a rookie, like as mature as you can be. And he looks like he has a veteran team around him, like a team that's been through the trenches. That's Eckler's 1,000 years old, but he's been around. Bobby Wagner's been around. These guys have been around. They can just teach him small little nuances, and he can put together with that raw talent he has and the ability he has. And it's just it's showing up that he's an NFL quarterback. He's a starting quarterback in the NFL. And if he's going to be special, like that's to see down the road, down the line. But he's proven right now that he can be your starter, and I think that's what I wanted to see.
Absolutely. I would say my biggest thing was while I'm watching this Bengals game, I think my biggest takeaway was like I compared Jaden Daniels to Justin Fields a lot, when he's a lot more like Lamar, in my opinion. That could be a skinny thing. That could be him having.
Well, he has quick feet, dude.
Great decision making and quick feet. Yes, that's really the thing.
My thing is,
he's absolutely mature.
He has a nose for the first down marker.
I agree. That's a great eye.
Like Lamar too. Same. That's what.
Yeah. Third and short, he's 1-2. Reed not there. 1-2. You always see Lamar do that little hip shimmy. He always do the hip shimmy up and through the pocket.
Yeah. And the pocket presence has been great too. And credit to the Commanders because this offensive line has blown me away to this point. I mean, the mix of Daniel's escapability to go along with, they're giving him good pockets. And even when pressure does come through, Jaden Daniels, unlike his college self, he's just delivering. He never used to do that at LSU. He would bail, he would scramble, whatever the case may be. He is delivering the football. And that was evident on the game-winning touchdown. Threw a beautiful football, one of the best footballs you're going to see all year. With 10 guys on the field and a guy absolutely destroying him at the same time. I couldn't be more impressed. Like you said, we're going to talk about Caleb Williams. With Caleb Williams, I think the thing with the Bears is, and while you are correct, they're trying to okay, you need to be a Pro Bowler immediately and you have to run whatever we say instead of, working you in as a rookie. I think it's totally fine. He is this level of player. I don't think personally, and this isn't to say Daniels needs babying. That's not what I'm saying. But Caleb Williams, you're the prince who was promised. You're the generational talent. You're the best quarterback prospect since who knows when. You don't need time to let's run dink and dunk. Let's start letting this thing rip. Had 2 turnovers or 3 turnovers. I believe he had a fumble as well. Those do stick out like a sore thumb, especially with him. But when I told you I was on the flight, I'm watching this all 22 from the Bears. Well, the first thing I notice is that DeAndre Swift sucks. The second thing I notice is that this kid just loves to access all parts of the field. He wants to go deep. He wants to hit the middle. He can hit the deep out routes. He wants to hit it all. There was a play. I think it was a boost corner to Carter. It was a corner route to Carter. And these are the things that where Williams will eventually pick up. Carter, if Williams throws it right now, right out of Carter's break, we got a first down. He throws it late. Now, luckily, there was a pass interference, so, you get bailed a little bit. But those are the little things he's going to start to figure out. The escapability is still there. While you're going to see one play a game where, he makes one person miss, then gets tackled by another. That's not called running around. That's called keeping a play alive. For the most part, he's only had to make one person miss, and he's delivering the ball. So combine that. Once he starts to learn NFL windows, which he slowly is, because this past game, I'm sure everyone saw his passing chart. It's absolutely nuts, and I love it. It's everywhere. He wants to access everywhere on the field, and that is why I think it is okay. We're not getting no cookie cutter, watered down playbook. The Bears want to make the playoffs, and Caleb Williams is that caliber of quarterback that can lead them there. Through 3 weeks, he has looked marginally better every single week. This past week, he's thrown for the 11th most passing yards in a game by a Bears quarterback, and he already has a 300-yard game under his resume. And I just want to say the worst thing about it all is the first thing people are going to say is, oh, well, look, Justin Fields didn't do that until game 28. I'm like, look, y'all got to just, if he's so much better than Justin Fields, stop talking about Justin Fields then. Stop talking about it. Now, I'm victim of this in our group chats and stuff because we're all trolls. None of us are ever serious about anything. If he's better than Justin Fields, like you and I believe he is, stop talking about him. Let Justin Fields do his thing. He's doing his thing in Pittsburgh. Caleb Williams is starting to do his thing. He's starting to cook up in Chicago. I think the Bears fans should not be worried at all because anyone who's watched the tape so far, they're starting to build confidence in Williams. Sorry, Danny, go ahead.
I agree. My issue is with the people that say the Steelers clearly fleeced the Bears, blah, blah, blah. No, dude. The Bears had the first overall pick as a 7-10 team. The Bears could get a quarterback for much cheaper over the next 5 years. If Caleb Williams is marginally better than Justin Fields at that point, you take Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
For contract reasons in general.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's if this is okay, let's say I want to put a good quarterback prospect. Let's say a good quarterback prospect on the board. He's not generational, but he's not the 2021
Ewers?
quarterback class level. I don't want to say Ewers. I don't think Ewers would cut it, but like
Shador.
I don't want to say Shador either.
Damn it.
Because they just got to be a little.
I was trying, Shador. I was trying.
They just got to be a little bit better than that. 2017 class, Sam Darnold's on the table. We have to hop inside the mind of 2017 because Sam Darnold was like the shit back then. Sam Darnold, it's like, just because he's cheaper, we'll go with him. But now you put in a situation where Caleb's going to be cheaper, and Caleb's just going to be the guy, like he's just going to be so good. He's going to progress so fast. And my bold take for week 4, Caleb's going to have an absolute masterclass. I think this Colts one, while it may not look like it from a turnover standpoint, I think this was the coming out party. I think he's figured it out to a degree. While the Colts defense isn't absolutely strong and they didn't really put up a lot of points, he made vet decisions. And to pair it with, they're going to be using Roschon Johnson a lot more. That run game is going to be way more effective. So it's going to make them respect the run game. You're going to see maybe a little bit more loaded boxes. You're going to be terrorizing deep down the field over the middle. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
I will tell you something. This week might be chalk in terms of betting in the NFL.
That's not stopping me from Saquon anytime. Nothing will ever stop me from Saquon anytime.
It's too many times I'm doing Saquon, and it's one more. You guessed it, Jettis.
You know what chalk means, right? It means that you're betting
all the best players. Yeah. So you'll be right with Saquon.
Oh, you're talking from like a money line standpoint.
Yeah, chalk means you literally just take the favorites. Dude, you got the favorites.
I mean, Commanders Cardinals could be good.
Who's the favorite in that game?
Arizona. It's good.
That is a good game. I think that's going to be elite. I want to see Kyler versus Jaden. That's going to be elite.
That's going to be a good game.
I want to say Patriots Niners, but like the Patriots offense has zero juice. Never mind.
But think about this. Chargers, Chiefs. You could take the Chiefs all day. Yeah. Raiders, Browns. The Raiders are favorites at home.
Raiders are favorite. That could be a good one because the Raiders have been so up and down. Browns have been so up and down.
And the Raiders don't employ a weirdo, not a pedophile weirdo. So I want the Raiders to win.
Sleepily, the Patriots will keep it close with the Niners.
Probably.
Of course they will. That's the Patriots.
But their offense just has zero juice.
Oh, not at all.
Rams, Bears. I mean, Bears are favored by 3. That's going to be so awesome. Like Williams, like Williams versus Stafford is just going to be awesome. Like I'm going to be there. I might watch that over my own game. I might watch that over Eagles Bucks.
Dude,
I won't, but
I won't.
I won't. I try to tell myself this every week. Like if I don't watch the Eagles, bro, I'll be in a much.
That's the only reason why I got the red zone now, bro. The red zone for the 12 o'clock games is so elite. Like it gets trashed like 3 o'clock, but for the 12 o'clock game, oh my god, it's so elite. It's so elite. For
Scott Hansen does a great job, man.
He does.
Let's talk about some rookie receivers though, because we're not talking about Bo Nix. He sucks. Rookie receivers. Malik Neighbors has entirely caught me off guard. Entirely. He's so dynamic. He's going to save Daniel Jones' job, and he's going to stay the quarterback of the Giants. It's awesome.
That's it.
He's going to save this dude's job in real time.
Jaden and Malik. I was cooking. I
will say, and to Daniel Jones' credit, though, he knows he's got a freaking guy at receiver, and he's just going to we're going to keep giving you this ball. And it allows Jones to be a little bit more aggressive with the football and, take chances that turnovers probably won't come when I throw it Malik's way. He's been absolutely awesome. He's been better than Harrison, which I never saw coming. But
I've seen someone say he's already better than Odell in New York. I've seen it.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Odell, I don't know. New York Odell gets so downplayed because, he had that catch. Odell was Chris would remember specifically. Odell is a slant demon.
Oh my!
He catches a slant, he's going home.
Odell Norman was pure television.
That was peak.
That was peak. Norman really was just out there pass interference and trying to beat on my boy, and then Odell had to show him whose ball stepped over that little leg.
That was hot. That was fire. But Cam wouldn't let that slide.
Oh, 100% wouldn't.
Cam Newton could let. He said, "It's crazy." Just quick trajectory. My one and only game started at quarterback in high school for JV. We were down 20-0. I did the Cam Newton, knowing there were no cameras or anything out, but like did the Cam Newton. We ended up winning. But back to the rookies though.
They tell
The
me
neighbors
that
is
might be perfect.
That's what I'm saying, Danny. That's right. It's perfect timing. And the three wide receivers in this class are just LeBron, D Wade, and Carmelo. It's
yeah,
all
I'll say
three all over again.
Adunze had his coming out party. He
Mhm.
had a touchdown, or did he have 2 touchdowns?
Yeah,
I think he had
one.
He had 1 touchdown, but he had 100 plus
100
yards.
Yep.
Him and Caleb are starting to get on that wave, and they're only going to get Keenan Allen back. They're only going to get better. And then, of course,
Isn't
Marvin
Odunze
Harrison.
playing with an MCL sprain?
Something's wrong. I know he's hurt. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Because he definitely is questionable everywhere on fantasy too.
I don't necessarily know, but Adunze and Williams are starting to get in the mix. So Adunze's starting to catch up to his other two, rookie counterparts. Marvin Harrison, obviously after the week 1 stinker, obviously had a great week 2. Week 3 was fine. Had 60-some yards and a touchdown. So yeah, the top 3 receivers are starting to pull it together. The top 2 quarterbacks or the first 2 overall picks, they're starting to pull it together. Joe Alt, I believe, only gave up 1 sack to TJ Watt.
And TJ Watt was basically offside by the time the ball was snapped. He wasn't offside, but he timed
Look,
the snap.
I'll take that level of performance from a rookie tackle against arguably the best defender in the league. I don't know how many different people I've called arguably the best defender in the league this episode, but like at least they're like actually arguable. Micah and Garrett and TJ Watt. But TJ Watt has been absolutely unreal this year. The defensive player of the year. I dare him to lose it at this rate.
I'll tell you something. Highsmith might have got hurt. Nick Herbig had his coming out party.
He did. Yep.
And I've been preaching the Nick Herbig the last 2 years now. I think that they call him Little TJ because he looks like TJ Watt. He went to Wisconsin.
Speaking of rookies, when y'all gonna get Peyton Wilson? Is he getting some action? No,
he is getting action.
Let's go.
The linebacker core is very, very deep. Landon Roberts is really good.
Dude, what if someone told you that in the Devin Bush days? Post Achilles, Devin Bush.
And I'll tell you something. Cole Holcomb is coming back off the ACL in November. So
yeah, things look good. I was like, is there any other rookies we want to talk about? I'm trying to think of anybody. Bowers, still a monster. He's been obviously one of the best tight ends in the league, just in general.
Latu, huge strip sack on Cowboys.
Yep. That basically ended the game. I mean, yeah, that was huge. And I pin a little bit that on Caleb. Of course, notice your surroundings, step up in the pocket, but like Latu, like absolutely destroyed their tackle.
It was an immediate rush. He literally ran around.
Just destroyed him, killed him with his speed. And that was my favorite thing about Latu coming out of the draft. The speed is just so there.
He has elite bend.
Yeah, like he's the great bend. I got to like, of course, going into the draft, I thought Dallas Turner was like the consensus one, but when you're looking at both, I'm like, kind of like Latu, as a pass rusher a little bit more. So there's that on that. I don't have anything else to add about the rookies. Did y'all have anything else we want to say before we get on out of here?
Last one. Go ahead, Danny.
The Buccaneers, some might say the Eagles' true kryptonite in the playoffs. Eagles-Bucks week. We will
the
see.
Buccaneers.
It's a little easy to just draw up cover 0 every play when the offensive coordinator doesn't know what a hot route is. But look, we're about to run in there. We're about to run in there with Dallas Goedert. We're about to run in there with Paris Campbell, Jahan Dotson.
Go.
And we gonna run in there with John Ross, who just signed to the practice squad.
Yeah, Devontae Smith is gonna be out, but
he's out.
Question, y'all, football players, was that like dirty-ish?
Dirty hit.
Okay. I want to say this. That's not a dirty hit because the whistle wasn't blown. That is 100% on the ref.
Really?
You're watching a 180-pound player get pushed 5 yards back with 3 guys already tackling him. How are you not blowing that dead?
Blow the whistle.
The dude got fined, and maybe rightfully so, but going back, it was a clean hit. Like, he didn't lean with the head. He did hit shoulders. I know it looks nasty.
Nah, but no,
I know Eagles fans
you
are going
know
to be pissed
better.
about it.
You know better than anyone else. If your player's getting driven back, you don't need to hit them.
That is true. But at
That's
the
what I want
same
to
time,
ask.
that's more of like an unwritten rule thing. Ref has to throw that flag. That is absolutely not okay on the referees.
And that's more so what I was speaking to, Tone, like what Danny was saying. Like, is it like an unwritten rule, that type of thing?
It is.
Like, if a person's like, because he looks super defenseless in that sense. There's already 3 guys over there. Not, and I know football is not for soft people, obviously, but just saying, like, just as football players, like the basketball brotherhood, like, it's certain shit you just don't do. Like, is that one of those, where it's like, even though it's
they
not
got
illegal, we don't do
I mean,
that.
Saquon got the get back the very next play, which was so awesome. But yeah, refs got to throw the flag there. But yeah, Jalen Hurt with no lane. I think Mekhi Becton's gonna play, but no lane. Fred Jackson gets the start, who was awesome.
Fred Johnson.
Fred Johnson, absolutely awesome. He was incredible. But I think Becton's gonna play. But no lane, no AJ, no Smitty, no Covey, who's sneaky wide receiver 3. And I think that's it in terms of who's going to be out.
Bro, I don't know if you see it. Britton Covey, the way he runs motions, it's like he's like a high school wide receiver.
Yes, he looks like you.
He literally if you put me out on the field, I could run the same exact
when you
stuff
wore
concept.
18, dude.
Twins.
Dude, literally. But Covey's been awesome. He catches everything. Tough as nails. Yeah, he broke his shoulder. He's going to be back, though. But look, Jalen Hurts is about to go in there with Dallas and friends. And we're getting this freaking revenge win. Trust me.
Chris,
Eagles money line.
Britton Covey had, right? He had 6 catches when they played the Falcons. I'm going to let you guess how many yards he had.
I'm going to say like 36.
I was like 40.
Try 23.
Oh, man. Look, they were all screens. It was dink and dunks, but he made the big ones.
Bro, he was a wide receiver playing running back at that point.
I would say on last Sunday, it was they caught it. It was in a one-on-one situation with a corner.
He cooked
on
him.
A third down, made him miss, and then broke his shoulder. But damn it, he did it. And yeah. I'll say anything else to say before we get on out of here, though?
They did tell me that's why I'm saying. They told me bust down my AP. Perfect timing. Shador, get ready to learn 1 of 2 languages. Get ready to learn Oakland Raider, or you get ready to learn not Carolina Panther. Please, Dion, I'll let you learn that language. You got to do something else. Oakland Raider or Cleveland Brown. Get ready to learn it.
Gamble.
Don't send my boy Shador to Cleveland, man. He don't deserve that.
Shador said Gamble, or he said Lake Erie. Come on now.
Yeah, we don't talk much college football here, but goddamn, those buffs just make everything fun. Everything is fun. The fans, though,
oh my god,
they rushed the fit. They said they got to review the play. They said we do not care. Travis Hunter made an absolutely stupid play.
And then he
Shador
on the floor,
obviously with the Hail Mary, basically did it twice. Basically did it twice. Aaron Rodgers-esque things.
I don't know. All I have to say is Travis Hunter crawling on the ground like a mouse for the Kai Cenat celebration has to be the funniest thing I've ever.
Amon-Ra St. Brown did it too. He did it. Amon-Ra St. Brown did it.
I'm not with Amon-Ra doing it though. Like,
I mean, Amon-Ra's with the trends.
He is.
It's just
like,
Travis is so funny, dude. Like,
bro,
he's like such a likable guy.
Kai Cenat went on stream and said, "Bro, you have to score a touchdown and then do this."
Yeah, like he was hyping up like how he was about to do something. He just started crawling fast. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
He said you have to do the Irish jig. He said,
yeah, but that was an absolute great game from Colorado and Baylor. I wonder what Colorado has to do to eventually get back in the rankings. Because of course their only game against a ranked team is against Nebraska, who is now unranked, and they did get absolutely destroyed. But time will tell. Time will tell.
Tone, I think you're forgetting how good their schedule is.
I'm just saying. Because again, you also don't really get cookie points for beating a bad team, and of course they're fighting expectations of being coached by Prime, quarterback by his son, and then you have the best player in college football. in Travis.
Well, let me just tell you this: they have ranked 23 Kansas State in 2 weeks. They have ranked number
Kansas
10
State
Utah.
did just get their buns beat by BYU. I will
They
put
did.
that out there.
They have ranked 10 Utah in November, and they have ranked
They're gonna
20
get
Oklahoma
destroyed.
State. Oklahoma State in November 29th. So
That's tough.
they have 3 ranked opponents on their schedule. 1 to 2 are beatable. I don't think Utah's beatable for them.
See what they got.
If they do, put them in at the 12 seed.
Real quick, who do we got? Georgia or Bama?
Georgia.
Yeah, I don't want to.
We're Team Milrow over here, baby.
I'm going with
I
Jalen
am.
Milrow. I'm not a Carson Beck guy. I'm going Jalen Milrow. Alabama.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like
Honestly,
Jalen Milrow, but
I saw a great point. They was like, you
Georgia probably
replace
better team.
Beck, you put Beck in Colorado and Sanders in Georgia, it wouldn't be a question who the best team in the country is.
yeah, but if
And
you
that
put
kind of puts
Dion
in
in,
perspective. Not to say that like Beck can't be an NFL quarterback. It's just like when you lack less creation ability than like Shador Sanders, it's a little bit of a problem. But
if you put Dion in Georgia and that man Kirby Smart in Colorado, Kirby Smart might be feeding the homeless.
dude, don't even start. Kirby Smart is one of the greatest coaches.
He
of
is,
this
but
era.
part of him is getting players to come to Georgia.
Okay, and also part of him is that he can roll out dudes who are I guess supposed to be in jail and turn them into NFL players. So
Hey, Felon Football League, FFL.
hey, it's what he does. It's what he does, man. It's what he does. He's making Carson Beck work. So, but that's everything we have for today's episode. A little college football to finish that off for you. Again, I want to remind you: leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. You're listening to this on audio platforms. Leave a like, 5-star review. Download the episode if you really loved it from AP New Freezer, Coulter by Migos, DC Comics. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch y'all next week.